Hi, I'm the Rap Critic, and man, you ever find an artist so bad in a subgenre that you don't typically enjoy that it makes you think twice about the other artists in that subgenre that you don't enjoy? Like, you see what their style of music would be like without that element that makes them unique? I mean, dislike Young Thug, sure, but he has a weirdly interesting timbre in his delivery. And dislike Lil Uzi Vert, but he at least sometimes evokes dark, offbeat imagery. And dislike Lil Yachty, but I don't know, it seems nice sometimes. Nicer than Joe Budden. But the point is, they have some sort of charm about them. But man, I just gotta say it. Sheck Wes is full stop horrible. I don't want to listen to this shit.
I got hoes calling a young nigga phone.
Like, I'm calling it right now. This is mumble rap phoned in.
I be ballin' like a motherfucking pro. I be ballin' like my nigga Mo. Sheck Wes, I ain't a motherfucking joke.
And for a genre that's not that high maintenance, that's saying a lot. I remember first looking up the lyrics and being shocked at just how few there were. It just dragged so much as a song, I guess I just could have sworn there were more lyrics in it. But no, this is turn my swag on levels of wasting time.
Turn my swag on.
One thing I've realized is that I don't like it when people don't care. And a clunky freestyle that repeats one mind-numbingly simple melody in what sounds at first listen like only 2 real lyrics, yeah, that definitely sounds like you don't care. And just so you know, I'm not someone who automatically docks points away from something just because of repetition. I mean, songs have choruses and they repeat, I understand that. But I've noticed that my annoyance with a repetitive chorus is usually related to the importance behind what's being repeated. Like, if it's something that's heartfelt or even something that's just fun or interesting or exciting, I can be on board with it. But you can't act like this is interesting.
I got hoes calling a young nigga phone.
Word? Do you have access to a not insignificant amount of very attractive women? Are you that groundbreaking new rapper who's taking on the oft-negated task of creating generic hype songs about having sex and money? You know, the one where you say, hey, what's up, hello to your broad from Atlanta? The one where you say you've got no type, but it's always a girl with an ass that sits like a horse? Yeah, you remember that one? Oh, and let me guess, there's gonna be the inevitable lyric about having sex with my...
Fuck your hoe.
Yeah, right on schedule.
And she ain't even let you know.
As opposed to the woman who cheats on her man and would tell him about it? I mean, not telling your significant other who you had sex with behind their back. I mean, that seems like a pretty common next step amongst the type of people who would do that. Now, of course, on a meta level, I understand why this unimportant lyric is here. It was an easy line to follow up the line about having sex with your girlfriend. And this easy as hell songwriting occurs here because, well, this song as a whole was a freestyled one-shot take. And it really shows.
Sheck Wes, stay with the fucking pole. You fuck around and get pulled. Bitch.
You know, when a critic turns up his nose at a decidedly simpler form of entertainment, oftentimes layman audiences grow weary of their long, drawn-out critical tongue lashings. It's the critic who's oh so proud to tell you that, hey, that big-budget blockbuster underperforms as a piece of art. And he would know that because he regularly engages with cinema that transcends regular convention. But as I listen to Sheck Wes, my reaction isn't one of tut-tutting an artist for not creating labyrinthine layers of complex metaphors or mind-rattlingly incredible punchlines. Because, you see, at the heart of my long-winded disdain stems one main idea. This song is boring! It's so freaking boring! Like, these lyrics aren't interesting at all! I've got a poll and you will get polled. Oh, you needed both of those long, drawn-out fucking lines just to say that shit?
Call me Drake, hot nigga oh, fuck.
What?
Shit! Bitch!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Sheck Wes said I'm getting really rich.
Uh-oh.
See how I got it, cause I'm really with the shit.
Yeah, what was that?
See me in the streets and I be really with a bad bitch.
Oh. Yeah, you see how it took over halfway through the song to finally pick up, and then when it does, it just sort of trips over its own momentum again? Well, it turns out, that was an accident. Apparently they made this song on an old laptop, and it just happened to freeze up for a couple of seconds there while they were recording. And it's honestly an inspired moment. It works in a way that pumps an unexpected energy back into the song. Unfortunately, you have to wait over halfway through the song to get to that point, and it is not worth the wait with the slow, slogging beat and delivery that make the drop so jarring in the first place. And even with that sudden burst of energy, it quickly degenerates back into to its original slow, boring crawl right after anyways, because like a lot of these basic trap beat guys, they're not very ambitious or creative to begin with. However, I could totally see why something like this would blow up. That part right there is an Instagram meme compilation video waiting to happen. And, you know, it feels like a cheap shot for a critic to say to an artist that their best moment was a mistake, but here we are. Now, if Sheck was clever enough to build off of that energy, it would have made something memorable. But since he's just freestyling about basically nothing, that energy gets squandered. I mean, see how I caught it because I'm really with the shits? That's a non-specific filler line that you throw in when you're not sure what the hell to say next. I will say, though, it's honestly fascinating that, well, if you go back, hip-hop is a genre whose very first recordings are all ostensibly live concerts because, well, they didn't have the money to press records. And now we're having this resurgence of one-take songs, flaws and all, on SoundCloud. And in that same vein, you could say that while those old songs don't have the polish of a studio record, it has the energy and live sound right there captured on wax. In a sense, these freestyles that become hits are the new iteration of that in their own way. It's just, this one's not that good, it's not that well done. I can think that, right? I can think that something's unique and kind of different and still just not done that well. You can hear the laziness in the way he annotates his own lyrics. Look at how he weirdly trails off when explaining one of his raps on Rap Genius.
Yeah, Sheck Wes, I'm like the fucking Green Goblin.
It's like, I got the green, so I was like, I'm the Green Goblin, so come get your cash. You know what I'm saying? If I was the Green Goblin, who would be Spider-Man to me? I don't know, my mom. Like, you still with us there, buddy? Although I will give him props for using the song title to shout out his friend Mo Bamba, a now famous ball player who Sheck Wes actually grew up playing ball with. So, if anything, that's a pretty cool gesture. And the song does have some minor parallels about their careers, saying that just like his friend was getting non-stop calls about deals and opportunities, well, now it's happening to him.
I be ballin' like my nigga Mo.
And yeah, he barely does anything with it. It's not really explored in a way that makes the topic really matter or anything, but, you know, it's there. Well, anyways, I give this a 1 out of 5. It's kind of hard to fault him for not being well thought out because just listening to it, it's pretty clear it's a half-ass freestyle, but while I like the idea of freestyles becoming acceptable as singles like this, at the same time, you have to be good at it, and the amateur delivery here detracts from it leaving any meaningful impact for me. Well, other than that incredible pop a little halfway through the song that unfortunately still ends up getting wasted. It's aimless, repetitively obnoxious, and barely rises above the muck of mumble rappers, and reminds me that even the subgenre of mumble rap has a hierarchy, and Sheck Wes is most definitely not at the top. I think this is one of those guys where you're just supposed to say, hey, at least this music thing is getting a young brother off the streets, you know, for a few months. Right before the record label screws them out of all their money. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you like my stuff. You know the whole self-promotion thing we gotta do to keep the show running. Check out my Teespring if you want to get new Rap Critic merch, because there are some new cool designs provided by Phil Bunny, my title card artist, and they look badass as hell, so go check those out. Go to my Patreon to see episodes early, make requests, join into my Discord streams, which will be a special treat for patrons when I do live streams on Twitch. Join me over there for all that fun stuff. And until next time, I'm the Rap Critic. You don't have to like my opinion, but I don't have to like your song.